Hello there, fellow Mavers. I'm Eric, the coordinator of our proud and prestigious group, and I'd like to present you with our yearly State of MAVR address in this video, where we're going to highlight some of our accomplishments, recognize some of our greatest contributors to our community, and talk a little bit about the future direction of our humble yet fascinating and active group of researchers. So, welcome to the State of MAVR 2024. I'm Eric, your host, and your community coordinator. First of all, I'd like to recognize our team. It hasn't changed since last year. These wonderful active members are the core of our community. They're doing the hard work, sometimes the boring and tedious work, to help keep our organization moving forward. Adam Stone moved over to Treasurer this year, and he's been a little bit frustrated, but working very hard to learn the new active role as treasurer in our accounts. There have been some other people moving around in our organization, but our core team of officers is pretty much the same. On that note, I'm going to introduce some new members this year, but I'd like to welcome our new members as not only new members, but I'd like to entice you to think about becoming a little more active in our community, becoming an officer or even a co-officer. We can pair you up with an existing role, perhaps program chair or maybe publications or something like that, or there's some specific role or niche that you think you contribute with. Hop on in. We're very open and willing to entertain any things in any ways that you might contribute and get more involved in our community. So come on, become an officer. We want you to get more involved. That's one way to do it. All right. So our core team has remained pretty much the same. I, of course, am your coordinator, but to give an overall message of our organization and how it's doing, I believe our organization, although small, is moving in very positive directions. We're growing in membership and in budgets and in number of events. We could do better in some areas, but overall, our membership is very active. Our events are very successful. We've been contacted from other SIGs, chapters, and even outside organizations and companies to partner with them in different and various ways. And we also have, I'm very proud to say, a very diverse number of members, whether it's talking about the gender or what countries they represent, cultures they represent, academia, non-academia. There's a wide range of membership in our group, and it's really helping to spark new ways of thinking, new areas of research, and also helping to kind of combine areas between, for example, commercial and academia and initiatives in different countries. So these are the things I'm really excited about and the ways that we're growing as an organization. Although small, our size is just about right for what we can manage and take care of as a group, and it's showing in the value that we're giving to our membership. So I'm really proud of the ways that our organization is moving forward. Of course, we can always do a little bit better in some areas, but overall, the State of MAVR is strong. International membership, I just mentioned. As a percentage, I believe our SIG has the largest percentage of memberships outside of Japan than any one other research group from our parent organization. We have a large contingent of members from the Philippines, and now we have some new members from different countries. I'd like to welcome a bunch of new members that comes from a variety of these new countries, but mostly it's from our partnerships that we're developing through our community from these various universities through the events that I'll talk a little bit about later. We're actually connecting not just our research, but our universities and our labs and our contents and initiatives in various ways through this organization and through this wonderful community. So welcome to these wonderful new group of members. I'm going to send a message out to to you individually, I hope, and also to welcome you in various ways. We would like you to be involved as much as you feel comfortable with. We are very happy you're with us, and I'd like to highlight a few of you new members to show some of the contributions you're already making to this wonderful community. So welcome, new members. We're happy that you're here. All right, let's talk a little bit about our budgets. So we started in 2017, and right off the bat, we got some corporate sponsorships. We had more money than we know what to do with, really. And it took us a few years of kind of floating along. We were co-sponsoring a couple of events. We trying to kick off our MAVR publication, our newsletter, which is we're hoping to evolve that over time as well. But particularly this year, our expenses are going to be, for the first time, outweighing our income. And that is because as our core group of members, we have decided to dedicate some of our excess funds, some of the funds that we started out with, to try to support some of these new members and try to evolve our organization in ways so it can start to grow out of its first kind of iteration into something a little more broad and more sustainable. So we've invested in a persistent metaverse place, what do you call it? A frame VR environment for which we are hosting more kind of informal events where we kind of come in and allow people to play with virtual open XR environments. So we have an actual world, a MAVR world where you can step into in VR. And our membership, of course, can join that at any time. They can hop in and host short meetings or events. But most importantly, they can experiment with immersive technologies in various ways to then hopefully spark ideas or inspire you to take that into your work, your research, your institutions, your coursework, whatever that might be. That was one big expense this year. The other one is we decided to offer a scholarship for the first time this year. I'll talk a little bit about the recipient of that scholarship and how we came down to decide on that. But it's our way to help recognize new membership and try to encourage your participation and hopefully get more people into our core group of peoples to help support future people moving into the future. We spent a little bit more money this year to try to have a more virtuous cycle moving towards the future and encourage new people to get more involved and therefore hopefully encourage more new members in the future. That's the idea anyway. So budgets are a little bit over for the first time ever this year, but we hope that it will spark some new directions and help grow our organization over time. Moving forward, I can offer some ideas about how to get this a little bit more sustainable, but of course, this particular year, we will not be able to do every year for very long. Right, next, the best part of our organization, the highlight of our group is these amazing events that we've been able to host, co-sponsor, and be invited to as members, as a lot of our membership are keynote speakers at various events. We've hosted some very I would almost call them prestigious events, growing to be prestigious events, new but fascinating and exciting events. And this is the highlight of our community so far. We have somehow been able to have a little bit of magic with these events, and everyone is walking away from them with excitement and curiosity and inspiration for our community. So I believe these events are having a high impact on the overall research community in the world. We're connecting universities, like as I said before. These events are a way to communicate and connect with our membership with other people outside of our group. And we are showing that our group is a leader, is a thought leader, is a group of people that are leading the way in these technologies, in research, in implementation, and practice. So these events, I'd like to try to take a moment and highlight for us. The one that I'd like to highlight the most is our recent World Learning Labs co-sponsored event with MAVR, Tokyo University of Foreign Studies, and a few other organizations, most importantly, the University of Philippines Open University. This event was visited by 3 university presidents and members from and speakers from all over the world, United States, Europe, Philippines, of course, and of course, also here in Japan. It was a great 3-day event that's had beginning gave was keynotes, and then we had some workshops and some other great things. This was a grade A, world-class event, and I would consider this one of the best events for immersive learning in the world at the moment. This was just a phenomenal event. We're going to try to keep this momentum moving forward. Very proud of Bobby and his team who did most of the heavy lifting for this event. Bravo, Bobby. Thank you very much for doing the heavy lifting on this particular event. And also thanks to our hosts at the Tokyo University of Foreign Studies and our new member, Aya Fukui. We also had a couple of other events from last year. Of course, I just talked about the World Immersive Learning Labs. We had a Future Hub Forum, which just came out with a publication here in Kyoto, Japan. MAVR Forum at PanSig last year. We're having another one, of course, at PanSig. We do that every year. It's one of our staple events. We started a MAVR in the Metaverse series where our officers and new members have a chance to kind of informally meet, necessarily don't have a presentation to give. We are sharing ideas. We're working on projects. We are talking about the future of our community. We're talking about particular events and initiatives through these events. They have been every month or bi-monthly, and we invite you, the members, to freely participate, or even if you just want to grab a few members and hop in and have a conversation. That's also possible for you as well. Immersive Learning Showcase at JOLT, a national as well. Now, we'd like to highlight one of our new members, Lexter, and he has going to be the first recipient of a scholarship for our membership. We're very proud to put him forward as a highlighted new member. We made a call last year for a scholarship, and attached to it would be a presentation on any project or research that you're doing to be a part of our Immersive Learning Showcase at PanSig in Fukui at the Fukui University of Technology at the end of May. I'm going to be receiving him in Kyoto, giving him a tour of our immersive lab here in Kyoto, and they are building something similar in Los Baños at the University of the Philippines. So this is very exciting, not just for me personally, but we're happy because this is a signal of a new generation, a new cohort of members like you, hopefully that are watching this. We are so excited that we are growing into a larger, more international, more diverse community. And Lexter is kind of a representative of that change, of that new membership, and we welcome him and congratulate him on getting this scholarship to support his participation at this event with us at the end of May. Another event in Kyoto, talking about immersive technology and its role in tourism. We are making a call. This is mostly sponsored by the Kyoto University of Foreign Studies, but also we are going to have a lot of MAVR presence at this particular event because we're talking about not only how immersive technologies can help educate and help us as teachers and learners, but also help us explore the world in a more kind of diverse, free-thinking, future-thinking, positive-thinking type way, more sustainable way. This is also connected to a lot of these conversations. So we made a call for video presentations for this event. If you can also join us in the Metaverse and YouTube Live. If you'd like to come and be a part of the live workshop in Kyoto, please reach out to me or our membership. We'll get you in touch with that. And of course, we want to continue this momentum of the World Immersive Learning Labs. We're going to have that again in late March 2025. We've already started in making a call for presenters and papers, publications, posters, etc. We have guaranteed a spot to be able to do this in Kyoto, but we are currently in talks with a few other places, some exciting places around the world to host this in 2025. And we are also looking forward to doing it again in 2026 in Los Baños, Philippines. So some exciting things happening to look for the future and things around the corner already in our events. One important thing, we'd like to make a call for publications. This is one thing that we're hoping to do a little more often and a little more frequent. When a lot of you have calls for papers and opportunities to publish in various journals, but as MAVR, and a way to think about the future, we need to think about a little more speed, a little more variety, a little more flexibility, I think, in our publications. So if you have tried out a new piece of technology recently and want to share it with our group, if you implemented some new tech or some piece of technology, just tried it out with maybe perhaps some of your faculty and have some thoughts about it, we'd like to hear about it. If you went to an event around this technology and heard something very interesting, please share it with our membership through our MAVR newsletter. And we also have a journal that we're hoping to come about. We already have a few papers for this year's publication. A few, might be a little bit, we may have two. So please, especially you new members, contribute often, contribute early. It doesn't have to be formal research. We want to be more open and quick with our publications, so we invite anything and anything. It could be a review of another piece of research. So please be a little more creative, and please try to contribute to our research. There's our chief editor of our newsletter and journal, Adam Dabrowski. You can contact him directly through our membership, and you can also find a submission form at mavr.site. One particular thing that was just called out to help us get to know some of you new members is we want to just simply get your permission and your self-introductions to put you in our next newsletter. So you new members, there's a form on our mavr.site, or reach out to one of the officers. We can direct you in the correct place. We want to hear who you are, why you joined MAVR, what you're excited about, what you'd like to do, what you'd like to collaborate on, and put those portfolios, put those profiles into our next MAVR newsletter, so to help spark conversations and get you into our community a little more freely and openly, talking to our membership. So please consider going on to mavr.site and allowing us to show off you and your interests and your research and your projects and your ideas and your motivations for joining us. Adam Dabrowski, of course, is leading that initiative. Thanks, Adam. All right. That is the end of the State of MAVR for 2024. Again, the State of MAVR is strong. Thank you for listening to this presentation. If you're seeing this on a screen, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I will be talking about this again at PanSig and also updating it for our a yearly annual meeting at JALT in November as well. I'm very proud to help us organize and coordinate efforts for our community. Again, I'm Eric. This was the State of MAVR. We'll see you in the metaverse, guys. Bye for now.